welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be sharing a fabulous keto breakfast recipe with y'all. Today I am going to be showing you how to make a keto breakfast pizza. This recipe is pretty simple to throw together, and you can top this breakfast pizza with whatever your little heart desires. I plan on topping my breakfast pizza with some sausage and bacon. So before we dive into the recipe, I want to go ahead and get those cooked up. I'm going to go ahead and get these sausage patties cooked for the breakfast pizza. The sausage patties are just about done. Once they finish cooking, I'm just going to set them aside, let them cool for a little while, and then I'm going to crumble them up and get them ready for our breakfast pizza. I also want some bacon for my breakfast pizza, and I'm just going to go ahead and cook this whole package because the way I like to cook bacon is in the oven. And if you've never tried cooking bacon in the oven, you are missing out because it is just so easy. So I have my oven preheating to 400 degrees. And I lined a cookie sheet with foil. I added a rack over the top. And I'm just gonna lay out my bacon slices on the wire rack right now. Now that I have my bacon all laid out, what I'm going to do is pop it in my 400 degree oven, and it's gonna cook for roughly 18 to 25 minutes. I like my bacon extra crispy, so I'm gonna cook it until it's crispy. Just pulled my bacon out of the oven, and it is crispy and ready to go. I got a little hungry, so I ate 2 pieces, but bacon is ready. I'm gonna be using a cast iron skillet to make my breakfast pizza so I can have kind of like a deep dish effect, but you do not have to use a cast iron skillet. You can take the dough that we make and spread it out on a cookie sheet and make your pizza that way if you don't have a cast iron skillet. Let's start by preheating our oven to 400 degrees. We're gonna begin this recipe by making some Fathead dough to use as our pizza crust. For the Fathead dough, you're gonna need some almond flour, mozzarella cheese, an egg, and some baking powder. To make the Fathead dough, we're gonna start out by adding 10 ounces of mozzarella cheese into a microwave safe bowl. And for those of you asking, I just measured it out, and 10 ounces of mozzarella cheese is approximately 2.5 cups of mozzarella. Now I'm gonna take my cheese and microwave it in 30-second increments or until it is totally melted. Here is what my cheese looks like after about 2.5 minutes of microwaving, and it is ready for the next step. I'm gonna go ahead and crack 1 egg into the melted cheese. And now stir this egg into the cheese until it is nice and mixed in. The egg is mixed in, so now I'm going to add 1 teaspoon of baking powder. And the last thing I'm going to add is 5 ounces of almond flour, which is approximately 1 1/4 cup of almond flour that is loosely packed. So add that in. And now you basically just stir the ever-living crap out of this until you get a really nice dough consistency. What I do is I use my little hard spatula and just kind of try and incorporate the almond flour, and then usually I end up going in with my hands to really knead the dough and get it all nice and mixed in a smooth, delicious dough. After a couple minutes of kneading and punching this dough, you can see it is this nice, smooth ball of Fathead dough, and it is ready to be the crust of our breakfast pizza. So I'm just gonna set it aside and get ready to assemble it into my cast iron skillet. Since my cast iron skillet is kind of new, I'm a little bit worried about things sticking. So what I did was use a very small amount of refined coconut oil and spread it onto the bottom and sides of my cast iron skillet, just so nothing sticks. What I'm going to do now is take my ball of Fathead dough, which looks beautiful, by the way, and we're just going to start spreading this into the bottom of our cast iron skillet. So I'm kind of gonna make it like a deep dish pizza. So I want the crust to kind of go up on the sides. So we're just gonna start doing it like this and just working it out until it covers the whole pan. I got my crust pressed out into the bottom of my cast iron skillet. So now I'm gonna take a fork and just poke some holes in the bottom to prevent the crust from bubbling. Now I'm gonna pop my crust into my 400-degree oven, and I'm gonna let it cook for about 10 to 15 minutes or until it gets a very light golden brown color to it. Here is what my crust looks like after about 14 minutes in the oven. As you can see, it's starting to get a light golden brown color on the edges. So it is time to pull it out, and we're gonna add our toppings. Let's get started with topping our pizza. I have 3 of the sausage patties I cooked that I crumbled up, and I'm just gonna place that on top of the dough. I crumbled up 3 strips of my cooked bacon, and I'm gonna add that in now. Up next, I'm gonna add in my veggies. I thought I had bought a pepper and onion mix, but I bought this seasoning blend, so this is just gonna have to work. You can saute up some peppers and onions, but I went the easy way out and just bought the frozen kind. So I defrosted some, and now I'm going to add that over my meat. Up next, I just scrambled 3 eggs, and we're just gonna pour that over the top. You know what, I think it needs 1 more egg, so I'm adding in a total of 4 scrambled eggs. I'm gonna use my fork to kind of spread it out evenly. And the final thing I'm gonna add to my breakfast pizza is some shredded cheese. I am using this country medley, which is a couple of different types of cheeses shredded together. And I'm gonna add maybe a 1/2 to 3/4 of a cup of cheese over the top. Alright guys, our breakfast pizza is ready to go back into the oven for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the egg is set and cooked and the cheese is nice and melted over the top. After 15 more minutes in the oven, I think our breakfast pizza is complete. And I have to say, I cannot wait to dig into this because it looks pretty fabulous. Just look at this beautiful slice of breakfast pizza. Going to serve it. Ooh, this is going to be fabulous. Well guys, I hope that you enjoyed this keto deep dish breakfast pizza recipe. It is simple to throw together, and I know it'll please just about anyone you make it for. I hope that you guys enjoyed this recipe video today, and if you did, please give it a big old thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't done so. And I will see y'all again very soon with another video. Bye guys.